resuming. So when you get ready to make that phone call, and you've talked to the underwriter, the profile's set up, hold the phone, put it on speaker, do not hand it to the client. You don't want to walk into the bathroom with it. You want to chasing the dog outside. You want to control the interview. The other thing that I do is when they start asking the health questions, there are some tricky ones, and your client can get confused. They'll ask about diabetes. Have you had diabetes before the age of 9? Well, yeah, I got diabetes. No, you were just diagnosed a few years ago. So what you want to do is, as they ask the health questions, be demonstrative. When it gets to the end, it's time for them to answer no, go. Now, don't say no, because this is being recorded, and you are not allowed to speak during that recording. Make sense? The answer is no. Okay? Do you have uncontrolled high blood pressure? Well, yeah, I got high blood pressure. No, that's not the question. Is it uncontrolled? Have you been hospitalized for it? The answer is no. Okay, so prep your client on those questions. If they're diabetic, they're going to ask you about diabetes, but it's not uncontrolled. They're going to ask you if you had it before the age of 9. The answer is no. Before the age of 25. The answer is no. You have high blood pressure. They're going to ask you, do you have uncontrolled high blood pressure? The answer is no, because you're taking medication for it and it is under control. All right? When you get to the end of that, that lady on the phone is going to say, all right, I'm going to put you on hold, get with an underwriter, be right back with you. Take it off of speakerphone, put it back up to your ear. The reason you want to do that, they may come back and say, Joe, I'm sorry, but your client only qualifies for the modified plan. Modified is the same thing as graded. You just simply say, we appreciate it, but if you'll withdraw that for us, we appreciate that. Okay? And then you say, all right, great, thank you, hang up. And then you say, all right, well, look, we're almost done. What Mr. Joe has asked me to do is to get you to sign this paper application for me. That way we can go ahead and have a signed authorization on paper for all this. Now, what are you doing? You're getting a Transamerica app, and you're going to let them sign. If you remember in earlier training, I've told y'all to get these signing tabs, get these little sticky notes, put the sticky notes everywhere where the client needs to sign ahead of time. And that way, all you got to do is reach over in your portfolio, pull that out, and say, I just need you to sign right here. This is saying that you have answered all the health questions truthfully. Great. Need you to sign right here that says that you do understand about the privacy notice. Great. Need you to sign right here that says that you do have a bank account. You don't need to get into anything else. I need you to sign right here. This says that you do understand about the accelerated benefit. Okay, do you have any questions for me? Great. Now what I want to do, you're going to warm down now. All right, now Mr. Arthur, number one, I just want to say I am so thankful to have you as a client. I really enjoyed visiting with you today, and I look forward to visiting with you in the future. Now what we're going to do is reach over and get your living will, pull it out and give it to him. Remember I told you had some homework to do for me, right? I want you to take your time and read through this. Don't fill anything out. Don't do anything till I come back. I'll be back in about 3 to 4 weeks at the most. Mr. Joe will have his recommendations, and I'll sit down and talk to you about it, okay? In the meantime, I want you to make sure that Arthur and Adrian know who I am, because I will be calling them to introduce myself. I don't want the first time that I meet them or the first time that I talk to them to be at a funeral home where we're grieving a loss, okay? I want to introduce myself to them, all right? Now, when we do this living will, I'll be telling Arthur and Adrian about it as well, because you're probably going to want to list them since they live here locally as one of your agents. Wouldn't hurt to have a backup, and you just kind of read through that and I'll explain it. I'm not going to talk about this a lot today. Also, I just want to recap, please don't forget about that blue and white card. That can save you so much money, okay? Now, when I come back, I want you to tell me about some brothers, sisters, people you go to church with, neighbors, that we could give one of these cards to, because anybody 50 and above is eligible. How much did you pay for that card? Oh, get your checkbook. Made a mistake. I'm sorry. No, that's exactly right. I keep picking at you, but they're free. And I want to make sure that your friends and your relatives get to take advantage of the same discounts and the same benefits that you get. So you be thinking about who we can give these to. And I will not charge them anything, just like I didn't charge you anything. Fair enough? All right. So do you have any questions about how to use the car, or any questions about what we're trying to do? We're trying to help get you back up to a level of final expense insurance where you don't leave a burden for Arthur and Adrian. Any questions on that? Don't forget, you're gonna get letters in the mail. If you have any questions about those letters, just call me. But just remember, most of those, you're just gonna have to sign for me when I come back, making a decision saying you want this or you don't, okay? All right, no more questions? All right, well, look, I really enjoyed it, and you make sure that those mustard greens are ready when I get back, okay? All right.